Hello everyone and welcome to another holiday flight on the channel, this time around featuring the Airbus A340 in the colorful colors of Edelweiss Airlines. Our holiday flight today takes us from Zurich over to Phuket in Thailand, which is going to be about an 11-hour flight or so. It is quite chill today here, nice weather in Zurich, and we are scheduled to depart at 16:30 Zulu here, which is just before sunset over here in Zurich. We are using BeyondATC today for our air traffic control services because VATSIM is offline at the moment, but that is all well and good. So let's hop into the cockpit and start prepping for our flight. Okay, we are in the EIS-1 variant of the A340 today, and as usual, we are starting cold and dark, new aircraft, batteries on, and external power. And this is an Airbus, so you know the drill already. So, systems are booting up, and we can import our flight plan from SimBrief. And while that is happening, we can then set up our radius over here. Everything seems to be doing just fine. Systems are all booted. Everything is nice and bright. And here we have our operational flight plan. So here we go. We are Edelweiss 050 today, or Edelweiss 50 rather, from Zurich to Phuket. Our cost index today is 160. Takeoff weight is 229.3 tons, which is mainly comprised of, let's see, the scrolling is not so good, but yeah, it's made up of 232 passengers today with some 5.8 tons of cargo and some block fuel of 82.8 tons, and that's going to give us our takeoff weight today of 229.3 tons. Then in terms of the cruising altitude today, we're starting off from flight level 330 and with some step altitudes along the way to final cruise level of 390, and said that our block fuel is already 82.8, which is all in order. Routing today for runway 16 is runway in use, stages to Romeo departure, and then as filed, and then our arrival is going to be Satfa 1 Charlie for Phuket runway 09, which is going to be 11 hours after, so anything can happen during that time. Then in terms of the weather information, let's see if it's going to load up that section of the OFB now. Is it? Probably not. Oh, there we go. It's actually loaded already. Anyway, it's okay. So Zurich, winds are okay here, 6 knots. Few clouds as you saw outside. Temperature is 12, QNH 1021. Actually, that's a good reminder that we should probably start the APU because it is quite cold here. Okay, fire test and APU master, APU start. Okay, good. Then let's see if we can look at the flight route. We are going to fly through a couple of jet streams over there over India at flight level 390. That's probably going to be, that's 390 and 350. That's probably going to be at our cruising altitude already, but it's not through, but it's just going to cut across it. Zurich, this one is at flight level 310. I doubt it's going to be any issue for us. 350 there as well. So we are starting off at 330, and I expect us to be below that. And this is going to be above. So I think that's all good. Then let's go ahead and ask for the fuel and payload from SimBrief. But we are not going to use the SimBrief integration because it's still extremely buggy on this thing. So we are just going to request refueling and
refueling truck is on its way.
Not sure why it says GSX menu is not available. So refueling is coming, and request catering as well. Catering service is requested. Okay, just wanted to make sure that is actually synced. And we might probably want to upload some water, and yeah, this is not working. Okay, so additional services, request water service,
water service has been requested,
and request lavatory service as well.
Are on their way.
Excellent. Then we can then go ahead and set up our MCDU. So nav database is up to date. Let's see if it's going to load us the correct fuel from SimBrief. 82.7 selected. Okay, so nav database is up to date, and we can then go to ATSU, AOC menu, and flight init, and init request. Excellent. Edelweiss 50 Zurich to Phuket. Alternate today is Bangkok. Init request. APU is started, and we can switch on the APU bleed for the air conditioning. Come on now. Good. Okay, there we go. So init is done. Zurich to Phuket, alternate Bangkok, Edelweiss 50, cost index 160, flight level 330. Excellent. Then we can go to init B, and we said we are going to load up 82. It says it's going to load up 82.8 kilos, 82.8 tons of fuel. And zero fuel weight today is going to be 147.1, and we are going to start off with a CG of 25. Okay, then route reserve is going to be 3.5 tons, that's correct. Alternate is going to be 6.7, and final reserve is going to be 2.4. Good. Then we are going to ask for the wind information. Not RS in it. Wind information. Looks like it's automatically requested already. Error downloading data. Oh well. What can you say? So route, we are going to take off from runway 16 via the Degas to Romeo. That is set, and arrival, we said we are going to arrive on runway 09 for now. So it's probably going to be Arnab Zulu runway 9 and Satva 1 Charlie. Be careful not to choose Savsa. That is certainly a different one. I think we do have a transition as well for that. Let's just make sure. So via interesting. Let's see. Okay, it's fine. Via Kalim in search. Okay, good. Then in terms of the takeoff performance calculation, we go there, takeoff performance, and sync the FMGS and the weather information. Air conditioning is going to be off, and calculate. Weight, we are going to put 229. So 200 and actually let's clear all that. 229 301 and then calculate. Good. So flex 45, 141, 146, 156, flaps 2, and trimmable horizontal stabilizer 5.2. So 41, 46, 56, 41, 46, 56, and flaps 2 and up 5.2, flex 42. Is it 5.2? Yes. And flex 45 actually. Flex 45. Good. All set. Okay, refueling is apparently ongoing. So it is moving quite rapidly, so it is time to request the boarding as well. So request boarding.
Boarding requested.
APU bleed is already running and we are well set to go. So let's pull up the charts. So charts, Zurich and airport ground charts. Let's spin that and SID for runway 16. Pull that up as well. We can attach the pushback tag now.
Meine Damen und Herren, im Namen von Kapitän Waltisberg und der gesamten Crew möchte ich Sie recht herzlich an Bord dieses Missfluges willkommen heißen. Bitte verstauen Sie das Handgepäck in den Gepäckfächern. Kleine Gegenstände können unterhalb
Okay,
des
Degas
Bordens
3
aufbewahrt
Sierra is not the one that we are looking for. We are looking for, let's see, we are looking for 2 Romeo, which takes us on a short left-hand turn direct to Zulu Hotel 502 above 4,000 feet, and then 505, 504 and 525. And then take us at 8,000. Let's say 8,000.
Just a reminder about hand luggage. Small bags may be kept underneath the seat in front of you. All other items must be placed into an overhead locker. We'd appreciate your assistance by closing the overhead lockers once they are completely full. If you're seated in emergency
Okay, we can pick up the 80s now, 125 decimal, 129 decimal 005 actually.
As the floor area around your seat must be kept completely clear. As we are currently refueling, please ensure that your seatbelt remains unfastened until the seatbelt sign is turned on.
Okay, good. So PA is done for now, 129005. That's going to be the 80s information, and delivery is 12193. 12193.
Few clouds at 2,200. Scattered at 3,000. Ceiling 6,000 broken. Temperature 12. Dew point 10. QNH 1021. VFR conditions. Landing runway 14. Departing runways 1628. Transition level 070. 5G. Notice in effect. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Mike. Zurich Airport Information, Mike. 1607 Zulu. Wind variable. Visibility 10 miles or more. Few clouds at 2,200. Scattered at 3,000. Ceiling 6,000 broken. Temperature 12. Dew point 10. QNH 1021. VFR conditions. Landing runway 14. Departing runways 1628. Transition level 070. 5G. Notice in effect. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Mike.
Okay, information Mike, QNH 1021 is set, transition level 70 is set, and 121930 is the delivery frequency, and we can pick up our clearance. Zurich delivery, hello, Edelweiss 50 at stand Echo 42 type Airbus A340 with information Mike. Request clearance to Phuket.
Edelweiss 50 Heavy, Zurich delivery, thanks for information Mike. Expect runway 16, Degas 2 Romeo departure, squawk 5355.
Edelweiss 50 Heavy, expect runway 16, Degas 2 Romeo departure, squawk 5355.
Edelweiss 50 Heavy, read back correct, contact ground 121.855 when ready for push or start.
Edelweiss 50 Heavy, contact ground 121.855 when ready for push and start. Good. Degas to Romeo is what we have set up, and squawk is 5355. That is set. Initial climb clearance is not given, so we're going to set 8,000 for now. Flight director can come on and we can look at our flight plan on the navigation display here. And that's going to be a immediate left-hand turn to intercept at 210 knots. Let's see. At 210 knots, that is set, and Zulu Hotel 502 after that, and yeah, 502, and then Kolui, and then 504. So 502 Kolul and 504, that looks correct all the way in. So I'm not going to worry too much about the rest of the route for now. What I am going to worry about for now is going to be our step altitude. So lateral or vertical revision, step altitude at DOSV, flight level 350. So DOSV, flight level 350. And then the next one is going to be at Agena at 370. So Agena, flight level 370. And then the next one is going to be Memix 390.
Europa 28, Juliet Zulu,
Memix
708, taxi at pilot's discretion.
390.
Ramp 708, taxi at my discretion.
Excellent.
Europa 28, Juliet Zulu.
So let's see. Top of climb, step climbs. They are all DOSV. Okay, excellent. Good. So let's see now. Refueling is still in the process. So let's continue with our setup. So secondary flight plan, we are gonna go copy active, and we are going to insert our engine out seat now, which is going to be just at a holding waypoint 25 miles out on runway track. So this is going to be Z, we're just gonna name it ZRHX1. It's going to be a PBD point. Don't know, ZRH. Okay, and then it's going to be LSZH runway 16, which has got a bearing of 152 degrees and 25 miles. PBD point and store. Good. So secondary flight plans, and there we have the point, and we can then say hold there. 1.0 for leg times, and insert. And then thereafter we come back here as a new destination. So LSZH, and that's gonna be on runway, we're just gonna set up runway 16. That's gonna make things easy for us. And with that we can insert the rest of the things in the fix info. So LSZH runway 16 with a bearing of 152, and this is gonna be ZRHX1, insert. Good. there's the runway center line extended, and our engine outset is completely set up. Refueling is still in process, but it's almost done. We do have a company message. Let's see. ATSU. AOC menu, receive messages, and here's the load sheet. Good. So let's go in the init B sides here, and zero fuel weight 147.1. Okay, this doesn't want me to click now the up and down. Okay, let's see now. Okay, so that works. Nothing here. So takeoff weight is going to be 229.3, which is over there as well. Okay, the scrolling appears to be okay. The scrolling is actually horizontal. All right. Zero fuel weight CG is actually 28, so 28.0, and we are set, and we are going to say accept that, and we should be set. Seems like all the GSX services are completed, refueling is completed, boarding is completed, and with that we are pretty much ready to go. Let's just reduce the brightness a little bit. Ground is on 121.855 for push and start, and we can then just update the takeoff performance calculation. So sync FMGS and the weather again to 29.8 and calculate. 41, 46, 56, flaps 2, 7 up now, and 45. 41, 46, and 56.
Ramp 707, taxi at pilot's discretion.
45, and this is now going to be up 7.0. Good. Okay, I think that is well in order, and we can do the checklists. Before startup checklist, cockpit preparation. Let's see now if the cockpit preparation gear pins and covers are removed. Signs. We are done refueling, right? Refueling is completed. We can then switch on the seatbelt sign, and fuel pumps can come on as well. Probably good to close the door as well. Let's see, dome light can come on for now, and we can continue with the checklist. So signs are on, ADRs, nav, fuel quantity, 82,780 kilos of fuel, balanced, takeoff data, 141, 146, 156, transition level 70, flaps 2 up 7.0, flex 45. Barrel ref QNH 1021 set. Before startup checklist is completed down to the line. Windows are closed. Beacon light can come on now. So APU is on, APU is started, and we can switch off the external power, and beacon light can come on, and we can request for pushback.
Locking gear.
Okay, beacon light is on, thrust levels idle, parking brake set. Before startup checklist complete. Zurich ground, hello, Edelweiss 50, request pushback and engine start.
Edelweiss 50 heavy, Zurich apron, pushback approved. Face west.
Face west, that will be nose left.
Release parking brakes, please.
Push and start approved, face west, Edelweiss 50 heavy. Okay, parking brake is off, and let's push.
All engines clear. Start at wheel.
Good to know, thanks.
Cabin crew armed with lights and cross-check.
Okay, ground equipment. All doors are closed and arm all the doors. Good. Pushback time 16:20. We're supposed to push back at 16:30, so we are 10 minutes early. Right on schedule. And we are past red line and we can start the engines. So ignition start. Starting 1 and 2.
Lufthansa, 1 Hotel Uniform, ramp 706, taxi at pilot's discretion.
Ramp 706, taxi at my discretion. Lufthansa 1 Hotel Uniform.
Please set parking brakes.
Parking brake is set.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Stand by. Okay, 1 and 2 available, starting 3 and 4, and let's release the ground crew. Confirm good engine start.
We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
In a few moments, we are going to show you a film about safety on board. Thank you for your attention.
May we have your attention, please, for the following presentation about safety on board. Your hand luggage must be placed in the overhead bins or under the seat in front of you. It is forbidden to place hand luggage in front of the bulkhead seats or the emergency exits. For safety reasons, please make sure that mobile phones and other wireless transmitting devices are either set to flight mode or completely switched off for takeoff and landing.
Tow truck disconnected.
Larger
Bypass
items such
pin
as
removed.
laptops must be stowed away safely during taxiing,
Left is clear,
takeoff
right
and
is clear.
landing. Smaller items such as tablets and mobile phones must be safely secured in the passenger's hand or stowed away. Please inform the cabin crew immediately if your electronic device gets damaged.
Engines 3 and 4 are available, so
If you should lose your electronic device,
ignition norm and APU can come off.
the cabin crew immediately. For further regulations
Lufthansa 8,
use of
Yankee
electronic
Charlie.
devices,
There is
we ask you to
the
consult
Taxi at pilot's discretion.
ramp agent holding the pin, and we are clear to go.
Taxi at my discretion, Lufthansa 8, Yankee Charlie.
Okay, good. So
Because turbulence can occur unexpectedly, you are obliged to have your seatbelt fastened
Flaps
whenever
two.
you are seated.
spoilers armed,
Whenever the fastened seatbelt sign is on, the use of the
and
lavatory
auto
is
brake
not
max.
permitted. For takeoff and landing,
Trim
make
is
sure that the
up
brake
to
is in
7.0.
upright position, that your tables are folded away, and the window blinds are open. Secure infants with the infant's belt, which will be
Good.
distributed by your flight attendant if needed.
After start checklist, anti-ice not required, ECAM status checked,
This includes all kinds
trim
of
set.
smoking devices,
After start
as well
checklist
as
complete.
alternative and smoking simulating products. All lavatories are equipped with smoke detectors. If cabin pressure is lost, oxygen masks will be released automatically. Pull the mask towards your face and cover your nose and mouth.
Edelweiss 50 heavy,
To help
request taxi.
children and other passengers. In case of impact on land or water,
Edelweiss 50 heavy, runway 16, taxi at pilot's discretion.
in case of an
Taxi at
evacuation,
pilot's discretion, runway 16, Edelweiss 50 heavy.
and leave all your hand luggage behind. The emergency exits
Good.
are identified
Parking
by
brakes
exit
off.
signs
And let's go.
located as shown on the screen.
Taxi
and the safety on board
on.
card.
Runway turn off light on.
are sitting in a row with an emergency exit, you must be able to open this exit if instructed to do so by the crew. If you are not able or willing to perform this task...
Okay, so taxi today is just going straight, and then yeah, it's really not that complicated. We can probably bring up the moving map here. So here we are, taxi via Charlie and then Echo and all the way to runway 16.
Pull the life jacket over your head and
Good.
attach the strap. Do not inflate your life jacket until you leave the aircraft. Pull the strap until the life jacket is properly adjusted. If the life jacket does not inflate or needs more air, blow through the rubber tube.
Takeoff configuration, test, norm.
The safety on board card shows the various procedures and the use and location of the safety equipment.
Okay, flight control check, ailerons,
Prior to takeoff.
full left,
Orders given by the crew
full right,
regulations have to be followed at
neutral,
all times.
elevators,
Thank you
full down,
for your attention.
full up, neutral, rudder pedals, full left, full right, neutral. Flight control check is complete. We're not taking this one, we're taking over the next one.
Les consignes de l'équipage et les directives doivent être respectées en tout temps. Nous vous remercions de votre attention. Per ulteriori informazioni, la preghiamo di contattare.
It's gonna be on to Echo, which is this one here on our right hand side.
Devono essere seguiti sempre. La ringraziamo per la sua attenzione.
Before takeoff checklist. Flight controls checked, flight instruments checked. Briefing is confirmed, flaps 2 for takeoff. V speeds set. ATC set. ECAM memo, takeoff no blue. Before takeoff checklist completed down to the line. We are going to just switch on terrain on navigation display because there is quite some high terrain around Zurich. And then the other side is just gonna have the weather radar.
50 heavy, contact Zurich Tower 118.1.
Revise 50 heavy, contact tower 118.1. Okay. Okay, we are going to hold short there.
Edelweiss 50 heavy, contact Zurich Tower 118.1.
Contact tower 118.1, Edelweiss 50 heavy. Bye bye. Edelweiss 50 heavy, holding short, runway 16. We are ready to go.
Edelweiss 50 heavy, Zurich Tower, wind variable, runway 16, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 16, Edelweiss 50 heavy. Okay, transponder is TCAS is set to Tara, and we can do PECs off as well. So PEC 1,
Swiss 3 Hotel Zulu, ILS runway 14.
Let's go.
Swiss 3 Hotel Zulu, Zurich Tower, wind variable, runway 14 cleared to land.
Runway 1 for cleared to land, Swiss 3 Hotel Zulu.
Strobe lights can come on. Landing light can come on.
Cabin crew, prepare for takeoff.
Ish. These light switches are always a problem.
Hallo Captain, durchstellen. Kabine ist bereit für Start. Danke.
Okay, so let's see now. There we go. Okay, lineup checklist. Or before startup check, or before takeoff checklist rather. Cabin crew is advised. Lights are on, packs are off. Radar and predictive wind shear as well as TCAS are set. And before takeoff checklist is completed down to the line. And with that, let's set our clock and let's go. Manflex 45 SRS runway auto thrust blue. Speed is alive. It's sensitive on the radars. 80 knots. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up.
Line up and wait, runway 16, Swiss 18, Papa Heavy.
Edelweiss 50 Heavy. Contact Zurich departure 125.955.
Edelweiss 50 Heavy, contact Zurich departure 125.955. Okay, we are stable enough now to make the left-hand turn. Night departures are always beautiful. Climb thrust. Really beautiful here. We are going to set the autopilot now. Flaps 1, speed checked, flaps 1. Zurich departure, hello, Edelweiss 50 passing 2800. Pack number 1 can come on.
Edelweiss 50 Heavy, Zurich departure identified. Climb to flight level 160.
Climb to flight level 160, Edelweiss 50 Heavy. And pack number 2 can come on. Nice beautiful departure out of Zurich at night.
Identified. Climb to flight level 190.
Climb to flight level 190, Swiss 18, Papa Heavy.
Flaps 0, speed checked. Flaps 0. And spoilers disarm. Alright, passing 6,000 feet now. It's clear we are not going to need the engine outset, so flight plan, fix info, and we can clear the route fixes. And secondary flight plan copy active. Good. Pass the transition altitude. Standard set. Gear is up, so those wheel lights can come off. Okay, 10,000 feet is coming up. We can switch off the landing lights and release the passengers, so seatbelt sign can come off. And landing lights off as well. And with that, we are going to accelerate now to our cruising speed of 320 for now. And with that, we are en route to our holiday destination of Phuket, Thailand. Sit back, relax, enjoy the flight, and I will see you at the top of descent when it's time to brief for our arrival into Phuket in the morning. We are scheduled to arrive over there at around 3:45 Zulu, which is just morning hours. Well after sunrise, for sure. Bangkok Center, hello, Edelweiss 50, flight level 390.
Edelweiss 50 heavy, Bangkok Center, radar contact.
Okay, welcome back. We are just a couple of miles out from Phuket, and as you can see, top of descent is coming up in less than 10 miles, so that means we can then start our descent briefing or arrival briefing. We have been given Satva 1 Charlie arrival, just as we have planned on our operational flight plan, and that means we can then have a look on it on our navigation display here. So we just proceed direct to Satva, and then we make a slight right-hand turn, and then it's going to be probably an RNAV approach, probably going to be RNAV Zulu. Satva 1 Charlie for runway 09, ready for descent, Edelweiss 50. We're actually ready for descent now.
Edelweiss 50 heavy, Satva 1 Charlie, runway 09er. Verify, ready for descent.
Edelweiss 50, Satva 1 Charlie, runway 09, ready for descent.
Edelweiss 50 heavy, descent to 10,000 feet, QNH 1010.
Descend to 10,000 feet, QNH 1010, Edelweiss 50 heavy. And down we go. So let's just compare here on our chart. So Satva 1 Charlie, this is Satva 1 Charlie, so 10,000 feet is what we've been given now to descend to, and we just continue all the way and into Kalim, at 4,000 feet, and then there is the airport of Phuket. So let's see, we are most likely going to get the RNP Zulu. So after Kalim at 4,000, we then continue our descent onto Lazam, and we should be at 3,000 feet, and thereafter, after 9.2 DME from the airport, then we start our descent into the airport, onto the runway. Minimums 870 for today, LNAV VNAV, and we do have quite an interesting runway over in Phuket. It's got some interesting slopes. We are landing on runway 09 today, so that means we can expect to see the runway sloping up actually today. So it's going to be quite an interesting one. But at least, let's just see here. It does seem like this is what, 085? 085, so it doesn't have an offset. Good. Okay, then in that case, what we can do now is listen to the ATIS information on 1280. 1280.
Thai Asia 3117.
VFR conditions. Landing and departing runway 09. Transition level 130. Numerous cranes in operation around Phuket. Advise on initial contact, you have information uniform. Phuket Airport information uniform. 0236 Zulu. Wind at 070 at 4A. Visibility 10 miles or more. Few clouds at 3,000 feet. Temperature 25. Departure Bravo flight level 12 and H1010. VFR conditions. Landing and departing runway 09. Transition level 130. Numerous cranes in operation around Phuket. Advise on initial contact, you have information. 120.7.
Alright, that's fine. Information uniform. Transition level is 130, wind 070 at 4, QNH 1010, and temperature 25. So let's enter that. 1010, temperature 25, wind is 070 at 4. 070 at 4. Transition level is 130, that's already set. And Barrow, I'm almost confident we are going to get the Zulu approach, and that's going to be 870. 870. Good. V approach is going to be 132 with a full config landing. Then we probably then want to do the landing performance calculations while we are on here as well. So sync the FMS, sync the weather, and compute.
Thai Asia 3229 Bangkok Center radar contact.
Okay, so let's see. Full config landing manual with auto brake low, and we should be good. So auto brake low. Okay, we are still descending on the profile. Going a bit too fast, but it's not really such a big issue. If anything, it's just going to help us get there faster.
Edelweiss 50 heavy, contact Phuket arrival 120.7.
Contact Phuket arrival 120.7. Edelweiss 50 heavy. Bye bye. Phuket arrival, hello, Edelweiss 50 heavy at 10,000 feet.
Bangkok Air 299, contact Phuket Tower 118.1, have a good day.
Over to Tower 118.1, Bangkok Air 299.
Edelweiss 50 heavy Phuket arrival, QNH 1010, expect to RNF Zulu runway 09 with the Kalim transition.
QNH 1010, expect RNAV Zulu runway 09 with the Kalim transition. Edelweiss 50 heavy.
Edelweiss 50 heavy, descend to 7,000 feet, QNH 1010.
Descend to 7,000 feet, QNH 1010, Edelweiss 50 heavy. Okay, late descent clearance over here, but I think we can probably still make it. We should be getting the clearance to the RNAV now because we are coming up on Kalim. Proceed direct to Kalim, cross Kalim at or above 4,000 feet, cleared RNAV Zulu runway 09, Edelweiss 50 heavy. Okay, good. We are almost intercepting the profile in any case, so we can go approach mode now. VDEV is coming.
Over to Tower 118.1, Hong Kong Shuttle 724.
It's very, very loud when you use the speed brake, but we probably don't need it anymore now. So here we are, Kalim, and turning now to line up with the runway. Approach checklist. Briefing done. ECAM status checked. Seatbelt sign on. Minimums MDA 870. Baro ref QNH 1010. Approach checklist complete. Very good. Let's see what is the go around altitude. It's actually 4,000 feet. Okay, good. Flaps 1, speed checked, flaps 1. We will be getting handed over to tower any moment now, and the speed is increasing. That shouldn't be happening.
Edelweiss 50 heavy, contact Phuket Tower 118.1.
Contact Phuket Tower 118.1, Edelweiss 50 heavy.
Cabin crew, prepare for landing.
Okay, the aircraft is not slowing down, so
Edelweiss 50 heavy, contact Phuket Tower 118.1.
contact Phuket Tower 118.1, Edelweiss 50 heavy. Okay, gear down. Flaps 2. Phuket Tower, hello, Edelweiss 50 heavy, RNAV Zulu runway 09. The spoilers.
50 heavy, Phuket Tower, continue.
Continue approach, Edelweiss 50 heavy. Really, the aircraft doesn't want to slow down. clear to land, runway 09, AORUS 50 heavy. Flaps 3 and flaps 4. Landing checklist, ECA memo, landing no blue, landing checklist complete. Auto throttle on, auto brake low, and ECA memo, landing no blue, landing checklist complete. Autopilot off.
Above.
Puppies to red to white. Continue. 3 reds now. Correcting. Why does it look like this is offset as well? Like the ILS for runway 27.
200.
But no big deal, we will manage it.
100. 50. 40. 30. 320. 10.
Good. Spoilers, reverse screen, decel. $60 knots, manual brakes.
Inibuilds 50 heavy, exit right at Golf.
Exit right at Golf, Inibuilds 50 heavy. Okay, Golf is this one, not this one, actually. They want us to go all the way, but yeah, maybe the 10 is a little bit too tight, so let's just continue all the way to Golf. After all, it's not that far out. That was auto brake low, and it felt like it was very strong. I'm wondering whether that has a lot to do with the fact that the runway has an upward slope of 1%. And here is Golf. Clear left.
Ground 121.9.
Clear right. Contact ground 121.9. AORUS 50 heavy. Bye bye. Okay, and we are clear of the runway. So landing lights off, strobe lights can come off, and taxi lights on, and TCAS can go back to TA or standby rather, and can switch off the weather radar as well. Flaps 0 and spoilers disarm. Okay, good. So now we have to pick a gate. We are going to park at the International Passenger Terminal. So let's see what gate we can get here from GSX. And it's broken. Okay, it's working now. So international terminal. Let's see if we can get number 12 for heavy. And let's check that. Okay, so we can contact ground now. Phuket ground, hello, Edelweiss 50, request taxi to gate 12.
Edelweiss 50 heavy, welcome to Phuket, gate 12 taxi via Papa Tango 2.
Gate 12, taxi via Papa Tango 2, Edelweiss 50 heavy. Good. Papa and Tango 2, that's as straightforward as it gets. Interesting, I have GSX arrival handling set up in BeyondATC. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. As you can see, today it wants to work, but that's because I already picked a gate. Other times, before you pick the gate and you ask for gate, then nothing happens. Like the window would pop up, but the facility will not show that it's already selected. So, you know, maybe they can iron out some of those kinks. The thing is, with GSX, I don't know of any add-on that works perfectly with GSX, and my theory is that the GSX is the problem.
Pushback approved. Face north, Thai 202.
I could be wrong, but I think we have a lot of complaints about GSX. Anyway, we can start the APU now. APU master. APU start. That was a nice touchdown over there. I did have some doubts on whether we were gonna be able to make the landing, considering how far off the center line we looked on that arrival. That's something that I would have expected arriving on runway 27, which has an offset localizer, but this one did see that the track, the final track for the RNP was the same as the runway track. So it was a bit surprising that we were quite off the center there. But at least we managed to save it. So no problem. Otherwise we would have just gone around and tried it again a second time. So we are on Tango 2 now. We should be looking for stand or gate number 12. Gate number 9. Gate number 10.
Thai 202, taxi for departure.
And then number 11 here, so number 12 is coming up now. Okay, so 11.
Tango 1 Alpha, Thai 202.
And this is number 12 now, so taxi lights and runway turn-off light can come off. Surely I'm not sure now which one is 12. I think it's this one. It's got a left.
Thai 202, contact Phuket Tower 118.1. Have a good day.
Over to Tower 118.1, Thai 202.
Yes, this is gate number 12. It's got safe dock. Alright. A340 is detected correctly. And we are good. Stop. Parking brake is set. APU is started. APU bleed can come on. And we wait for it to show up here. APU bleed. And with that we can switch off the engine. So 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Phuket International Airport. Arrival time is 3:27. That is 3:45 was our scheduled arrival time, and that means we are plenty early today. I don't think anyone is going to complain about that. Excellent. Engines are all the way down, and that means we can switch off the fuel pumps as well. Everything off, everything off. This one not. And beacon light can come off and seatbelt sign off as
Ihre mobilen
well.
Geräte können nun wieder benutzt werden. Bitte seien Sie vorsichtig beim Öffnen der Gepäckfächer. Bitte achten Sie beim Verlassen des Flugzeugs darauf, alle persönlichen
All the doors are
Gegenstände
disarmed, and that
Das
means we
Rauchen
can
ist nur
ask
in den
GSX to
bezeichneten Räumen
deboard.
erlaubt. Wir wünschen Ihnen einen schönen Aufenthalt und hoffen, Sie bald wieder an Bord eines unserer Flugzeuge begrüßen zu dürfen. Ladies and gentlemen, you may now make and receive calls and use all data services on your handheld electronic devices. When leaving your seats, take care when opening the overhead lockers, as items may have moved and can fall out. Before leaving the aircraft, please make sure you have all of your personal belongings with you, and remember that smoking is not allowed until you have reached a designated smoking area.
Parking checklist. APU bleed is on, engines are on, seatbelt signs off, exterior lights as required, fuel pumps off, parking brakes on. Parking checklist complete.
It has been a pleasure to serve you, and we look forward to welcome you on board of one of our aircraft soon.
Excellent. Thank you for the goodbye message to our passengers. It's looking absolutely beautiful here in Phuket today. A very beautiful holiday destination indeed. And this scenery absolutely does Phuket justice. Very nicely detailed. Really good. I like it. So enjoy the holidays in Phuket, and I'll see you next time.